The wonderful world of Philadelphia, a world rich in history, culture, business, and basketball. Philadelphia is the home of the country's most exciting, consistently excellent brand of basketball, the Big Five variety. And visiting teams always stay at Philadelphia's most exciting, consistently excellent hotel facility, the Holiday Inn at 18th and Market Streets. We're happy to bring you these highlights of Big Five basketball and invite you to stop in at 1800 Market Street and discover what makes us tick. Our guests can enjoy a first-run theater, valet parking, 3 great restaurants, 450 modern guest rooms, a barbershop, beauty salon, and gift shop, function rooms for every social and business occasion, a swimming pool, and a computerized worldwide advanced registration system. And who knows what innovations we'll put in tomorrow. Don't forget our invitation. Stop in and see us. But right now, let's get to the Big Five action at the Palestra.
They are 5 schools, and they play basketball like nowhere else. The Philadelphia Big Five, as predictable as the weather. A United Nations meeting at the Palestra. LaSalle, Pennsylvania, St. Joseph's, Temple, and Villanova renew their historic battles. It's like being in the eye of a hurricane. For 18 years, these 5 competitive schools have joined together to build a fantastically successful program. But put them on a basketball court in front of 9,000 screaming fans, and each game takes on the importance and emotion of a national championship. The season was young, but emotions were at a fever pitch. Penn looked strong with 3-year starter Phil Hankinson and sensational sophomore Ron Hagler leading the charge. St. Joe's attack centered on Olympian Mike Bantam and red-hot shooter Pat McFarland. A lot was expected from both teams as the 1972-73 season started. And as they traded shots, it became evident that these 2 Big Five powers were evenly matched. The Hawks a little flashier outside, and the Quakers a little sharper inside. A winner here could go all the way to a Big Five title. An interesting inside matchup pitted sophomore Hagler, number 14, against all Big Five veteran Mike Bantam, number 44. Hagler got some leaping help from John Jablonski. But the scrappy Hawks wouldn't quit. Kevin Fury made his presence felt inside, and nobody could pull away. St. Joe's strategy went at Penn's youngest target, working Bantam on sophomore Hagler. When it failed, the Quakers roared back with a key basket. Jablonski again. And with less than a minute to play, Penn led by a point. Bantam was the Big Five's top scorer a season ago. The Hawks naturally wanted to set up their 6'9" senior. and St. Joe surged ahead. 14 seconds remain. The Quakers looked for Phil Hankinson in a matchup with Pat McFarland. Hankinson had 3 inches on his opponent. But the shot missed. Pennsylvania, however, got a second chance. The throw-in for Ron Hagler, alone for an instant. And the 19-year-old sophomore won his first City Series game. The Quakers had battled back to nip St. Joseph's by a point. It was a typical beginning of a frenzied Big 5 season. Over the years, St. Joseph's and LaSalle have met 68 times. The Explorers hold a 2-game edge. That's how close this rivalry has become. To upset the veteran St. Joe's team, the young Explorers in gold had to run to make every shot count. Typical of LaSalle's youth was Charlie Wise, who became the first freshman to score a basket in 18 years of Big 5 competition. St. Joseph's was on the road to another tournament-bound season under the guidance of Coach Jack McKinney. Bill Taylor and Jimmy Crawford combined for 32 LaSalle points. For St. Joseph's, the big man was Super Hawk Mike Bantam. Number 44 dominated both ends of the court with 20 rebounds and 22 points. Bantam led the way, and this ancient rivalry, like all City Series games, continued razor close. After 69 battles since 1901, LaSalle and St. Joseph's are separated by only a single game. Another young team was ready to challenge the leaders. The Quakers, in dark uniforms, were gunning for their 19th straight regular season victory. The Owls were on their way to a 14th straight winning season. They turned a fine young collection of sharpshooters loose on the Quakers. Mike Jones, Joe Anderson, John Connive. But it was that airtight Penn defense that choked off the persistent Temple rallies. Playing man-to-man, Penn controlled the boards and stuck to Temple's guards like glue. No college team in the nation gave up fewer points per game than Pennsylvania. Penn coach Chuck Daly spoke with praise of this aggressive defense. It was the difference, and Penn was undefeated in Big 5 play. For the first time in Big 5 history, 5 all-time city greats were welcomed back to Philadelphia and inducted as charter members in the new Big 5 Hall of Fame. Honored from LaSalle, Larry Cannon, a Converse All-American. As a senior, Cannon led the Explorers to a 23-1 record, the Big 5 title, and number 2 ranking in the country. From Pennsylvania, Stan Pavlock, the second greatest scorer in Quaker history. Pavlock led his team in points all 3 years he played. From St. Joseph's, Cliff Anderson, wearing number 30, was the highest single-season scorer in Hawk history. From Temple, Guy Rogers, the Owls' all-time top scorer, a consensus All-America, and all Big 5 for 3 years. From Villanova, Wally Jones, all Big Five each of his 3 years. Philadelphia was proud to recognize 5 of its all-time greats with honored memberships in its new Big Five Hall of Fame. It was like 3 games in one, this wildest battle of the Big Five season. Villanova played near-perfect basketball in the first half. With Tom Inglesby hitting those patented jumpers, the Wildcats put on a shooting show for a packed palestra. They played with poise and determination. When a shot was missed, Inglesby was there to help, and Villanova soared to a 15-point halftime lead. Jack Kraft hoped the Cats could keep it going. But St. Joseph's, like all Big Five teams, wasn't about to give up. Down by 15, the Hawks proudly picked themselves up and marched back into the ball game. It was Big Five competition at its peak. St. Joe's chipped away at the edge, tied the game, and slowly inched ahead. The rout turned into a nail-biter. The Hawks nursed a 2-point margin with 29 seconds to play. Villanova stopped the clock and set up a final shot. The Wildcats wanted to free Tom Inglesby, number 24. It was a pressure situation. Inglesby did it, and the Hawks and Cats battled into overtime. But in the first 4.5 minutes, nothing was decided. These two teams were dead even. In the dying seconds, Villanova again had the last shot. Jack Kraft hoped to set up his senior sharpshooter, Tom Inglesby.
No more timeout. All right? Now, we got to run our offense. Check and see what they're doing. Tommy's going to take the last shot. Now, you come off the double screen the way it is. You've got something fine. You know what we're supposed to do now, the double screen?
Villanova's strategy did not surprise St. Joe's Jack McKinney.
When you hedge out on Inglesby, don't let him continue. Make him turn back and go left.
The Wildcats tried to set up their top shooter.
Green away! Green away!
But the Hawks were watching for an Inglesby screen. Time ran out. Inglesby wasn't open, and Larry Moody's hurried shot missed its target. And there was a second overtime. It was here that Jack Kraft Wildcats got hot. Sophomore Jim Barang came off the bench to play the hero's role. Barang and freshman Mike Stack provided Villanova with a double overtime upset of St. Joseph. For both schools, it was the essence of Big Five basketball. It was a night to remember. A very close second to the excitement of Big Five competition is the arrival of a top-ranked national power. Over the years, many a highly rated team pitted its proud record against a Big Five host, quietly left town with a major setback. Through the Larry Cannon, Kenny Durrett eras, the present clutch shooting of Jimmy Crawford, LaSalle has blasted many a visiting boast with its speed and quickness. Just ask Western Kentucky. When Temple entertained the visitors, there was always the dominant figure of Harry Litwack to contend with. He was renowned for taking young players and blending them into a team that won with pride. All opponents never had an easy time with a Litwack coach team. Villanova had its ups and downs during the season, but Tom Inglesby consistently drove enemy defenses wild. A split-second opening, and Villanova had 2 points. Watch Tom, in white, sneak up and steal a Notre Dame pass. Senior Tom Inglesby was the Big Five's top scorer in 1972-73. The reasons were pretty obvious. The St. Joe's Hawks embellished their tradition of rafter-rattling basketball. 9th-ranked St. John's rode into the Palestra with 18 wins and 3 losses. After Mike Bantam and company finished the welcoming party, the Redmen had 4 losses. Olympian Mike Bantam was the Hawks' spark plug through another great season. For the 4th consecutive year, Pennsylvania won the Ivy League crown. With senior Phil Hankinson winning all Big Five honors, the Quakers rolled to another 20-victory campaign. The overall Big Five record against outside competition was again overwhelming. The winning tradition continues. To get by City Series rival Villanova, Penn had first and foremost to contend with number 24 Tom Inglesby, the Big Five's most valuable player. Inglesby was the latest in a long list of Wildcat All-Americans. The hot-handed senior won a spot on the All-Big Five team with his phenomenal shooting. He would finish the Penn contest with a game-high 25 points. Quakers countered with their All-American candidate 6'8" senior Phil Hankinson, number 22. Lean Phil was an elusive big man who could control the boards and hit on a 15-foot jumper. When hot and healthy, Hankinson was nearly impossible to stop. Coach Chuck Daly watched sophomore John Beecroft, number 33, play an outstanding game, but it was Phil Hankinson with 24 points and 10 rebounds that powered Penn to a victory. LaSalle was next. The Explorers, long known for their hustle and determination, were building a very successful season. They came at the Quakers with everything they had. Number 24, Bill Taylor, was in the midst of 25 games hitting double figures. And all Big Five Jimmy Crawford was a double-barreled threat. Deep in talent, Classy Red and Blue took control on their way to a Big Five crown. Young John Beecroft surfaced as the team's quarterback. Phil Hankinson and Ron Hagler dominated the board. As this play showed, it was a team effort. Hagler didn't give up. The Nets came down, and Pennsylvania had clinched the Big Five title. A title was won, but there was still an MAC playoff spot to be determined. This one would be decided under the boards, a no man's land of flailing arms, sharp elbows, and rugged determination. All 10 players cherished rebounds almost as much as points. Temple's youthful Owls improved greatly after a slow start. Junior Joe Newman, number 45, was their top scorer and rebounder. Sophomore Joe Anderson, number 30, ranked as the Owls' top newcomer with a bright future. This 60th meeting of these two Philadelphia schools turned into a typical Big Five battle. Quick as a flashball, the ball changed hands, and so did the score. Jimmy Crawford piloted the Explorers to an early lead. Temple was anxious. Rick Trudeau tried a reverse layup. Got help from Joe Anderson. And the Owls were back in it. Defense was the key. LaSalle stole the ball and Bill Taylor cashed it in. Temple's Mike Jones retaliated with the same results. And Big Five fans again were enjoying a classic matchup. Rick Trudeau fed Joe Anderson in tight.
Yes, sir.
LaSalle coach Paul Westhead wouldn't let his team stop hustling.
Watch the love. Pressure the ball. Pressure the ball. Take your time, Jim. Take your time. Take your time. Help, Bobby. Guard to guard. That's it. Double. Double.
They attacked the Temple zone, breaking Jimmy Crawford free. Temple coach Harry Litwack watched Mike Jones, number 15, save this play, and the nip and tuck battle moved into the final moments. The Owls by one. Billy Taylor seesawed LaSalle on top. LaSalle's defense was committed to stop Trudeau. Owl guard John Kanai was open. A 12-foot jumper inched Temple ahead to stay. Temple iced the victory as Trudeau stole the ball.
Take it away!
The Owls dedicated their win to retiring coach Harry Litwack.
Harry, as we stand here center court at the Palestra, what are your thoughts about the Big Five?
I think it's one of the most unique affairs in the entire country as far as collegiate basketball is concerned. It's a rivalry that is unheard of because of the 5 teams all being within a radius of perhaps 12 miles from the Palestra here. And most of the boys that participate, most of them I would say come from nearly the same area, so they know each other from junior high school, may have been teammates in high school, and then they each pick their own particular college, and they battle with it. So there's friendly rivalry, and at the same time it's emotional and excellent.
The Owls helped brighten the Chiefs' last 2 Big Five games. They won them both. It was a fitting farewell to the Big Five's winningest coach, a man who made as much out of his talent as any coach in the country. Harry Litwack will be missed at the Palestra. Admired by all who faced him, Harry Litwack's success will stand as a lasting goal for others in the Big Five to emulate. And so, Big Five basketball provided Philadelphia fans with another wildly exciting season. 3 players, Phil Hankinson of Penn, Tom Inglesby of Villanova, and Mike Banham of St. Joseph's won All-America honors. St. Joseph's and Penn carried the Big Five banner into NCAA playoff competition. Young, rebuilding teams at Temple and LaSalle soared to success as the Owls capped off another great season, and LaSalle won 9 games more than a year earlier. Next season, these inter-city rivalries will grow. The competition will remain intense, and Big Five basketball will continue as the most exciting in the country.
We've enjoyed bringing you these highlights of Big Five basketball. Why don't you plan on bringing your family and friends to the Palestra for a great evening's entertainment cheering your favorite team? And for more great entertainment, make the conveniently located Holiday Inn at 18th and Market Streets your headquarters for breakfast, luncheon, or dinner at any of our 3 fine restaurants. A first-run family feature, business meetings, from a committee to a convention, or social functions with that touch that says the finest. Whenever you or your guests need a home away from home, do as the Big Five do for their visitors. You'll be staying at the Holiday Inn at 18th and Market, the Total Inn concept.